Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. This is Bola Ojuri. I'll be teaching you step by step on how you can cut your princess darts. And let's go there. Okay, I'll be drafting it now. The shoulder measurement I'll be working on is 8. Then the armpit is 9. Horizontal 9. Vertical is 8. So I try to measure because I don't have a ruler. Then I use my free hand to roll it down. Then bring it down a bit. Then I try to measure. Then I measure my bust point, under bust, and my waist. Bust point 11, under bust 14. Then my waist 17. Nipple to nipple 8 divided by 2 makes it 4. So I measure the 4 down. Measure the 4 down. Down, down, down. I use my free hand to roll it down. You can make use of it. If you get used to your ruler, you can make use of a ruler when you have one. Then I measure 1 up on my bust point. Measure 1 up, then measure 1 down to get the curve. Then this is my first time of making use of this method, using 2 at your right hand side, then 1 at the other side. Normally I use 1 1, but this time around I use 2 1 2 or 2 1. So under bust I use at my right hand side I use 2, while the other side I use 1. So I roll it down. I use my free hand to roll it down. Then to get my curve, for my bust point to the 1 I measured down, bring it down, then curve your hand, and I did the same thing with the other hand. Then to get my princess dart, I have to roll it up to that 1 at the upper side of the bust point. Then I roll it up to my armpit. Armpit, the side of my armpit, not under my armpit. I bring it out so that by the time I cut it, the measurement can be on the same side. Bring it out a bit, then bring it on the same side. Then my measurement, vertical measurement, my waist divided by 4. My bust divided by 4, sorry. My bust I divided it by 4. Then my allowance I added 2. You can use more than 2, but I used 2. You can use 3. You can use 2. You can as well use 1. Then my under bust measurement divided by 4. Then remember we are going to cut off that line, which is 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. I added the 1 to 8, then added my allowance. So I added like 5 inches allowance. I did the same thing with the waist. My waist measurement divided by 4. I added the 3, then I added 2, my allowance, and I did the same thing down, down, down. So I roll it down, then cut it off. Yeah, I've not put my neck measurement. I'll be doing that right now. With this I use a 3 by 3, 3.5 by 3.5, and I use my free hand to curve it. If you have your French curve, you can make use of it, but use with my free hand. So my to my shoulder slope, I measure 1 down, then I slope it down. To get my curve, I curve it from there to my side armpit. Then I cut it out. Cut it out. Okay, thank you. Please remember to subscribe to my channel and also follow me on TikTok, Bola Ochiri, for more. I wish I have a song on there. Okay, I'm through with the front. I want to cut the back. I didn't make use of this to cut the back. I use a normal pattern because I'm not sure of what I want to do with the back. I have the mind to do a lace up loop closet. I also have the mind to do normal zip. So I wasn't sure of what I want, as in what I wanted to do at that moment. So I'm still contemplating on what to do. So I drafted it out. At first I drafted the princess dart out. I didn't put the zip. Then with this I removed 2 inches backward. I ended up doing the lace up loop, the closet. Yes, I ended up using that. So I cut it out. I cut 2 inches out from it for the lace up. So right now I brought out my lining, my satin. So I placed it, I folded this into 2 to get the front. Remember we divided it into 4 earlier. So I cut it out. I added half inch allowance on each lining for joining, so you can have enough space, enough allowance. It's better you have enough allowance than to be short of allowance. Yes. So I call this side. Yeah, the front is ready. So I brought it out again, lining how to cut the back. Yeah. So I decided not to use a dart on this because of the lace up closet the loop I'm going to use. I decided not to use a dart on this. No, I didn't make use of any darts. So this is the the fabric, a velvet. Yeah, cutting the velvet. So I used that lining to cut the velvet. I didn't use the paper to cut the velvet, the material. I used the lining because I've added half inch. Yeah, half inch on it. So I use it to cut the velvet. So I'm cutting this side to know where my bust point, this to know where my bust point and under bust is. That's it there. So I cut the back. Remember the back is a lace up closet. This is the front. Okay. And also when you're cutting, remember to place something heavy on it so that it won't shift. As a velvet is something, it's not easy to cut a velvet or sew a velvet, so you just have to place something on it. This is the fabric I'm using. It's a very small, the inches is small. I have like not up to 1.5 inches, so I just have to manage what I have to bring out the beauty in it. And the person I'm sewing this for is tall and a bit fat. She's on size 16 or so. So I want to manage the one, not even up to 1.5. The fabric is not up to 1.5. So I started with 16. Remember, the velvet was 16. The half waist is 17 inches. So I started this with 17 inches. Cut off the measurement with 17 inches. Then the full gown length. So that's it. I'm cutting it out. I just have to place something even on it so that I can get the appropriate thing. So the waist divided by 4, then I added 2 inches allowance. Then to get your hip, I use 9 inches. Yeah, I use 9 inches. To get your nail, I use 70 inches because I want a mammy tail. Yeah, I want a mammy tail. I don't want to, I don't want, what's it called? A fitted long gown. I want a mammy tail. So 16 to curve it out. 17 I mean to curve it out. Then your hip divided by 4. Then 2 inches allowance. Then your nail, when you want to get your nail, just bring it down by, bring it back or in, I don't even know, by 2 inches, then bring it down. Yes, that is it. Then I cut it out. Thank you so much for watching this. Please remember to subscribe to my channel and follow me on my social media, my TikTok. In my page, on my channel, I don't have just sewing. I have other things, other knowledge. I'm a mother of 3 and I multitask. I do so many things to earn. I do so many things. Just follow me on my other channels. Thank you so much. God bless you. Love you. I'm sure you're learning something from there. Please subscribe to my channel, like, and turn on your notification bell. I love